Hey everybody, welcome to Busy Gardening with Mrs. Busybody. If you are new here, welcome. And if you are returning, welcome back. What I'm doing today is I'm about to up-pot my dwarf Cavendish banana plants. They have outgrown the original pots that I potted them in, and now we have to get them into a much bigger growing medium so that they can keep growing and hopefully give us some bananas next year. So come along with me as I begin to up-pot my banana plants, my little baby pups. All right. And so I already have had some soil down here on this tarp from other grow bags that I have grown things in. And I just emptied out a couple of more pots that I have been growing lettuce in. And so now I'm just going to get this soil mixed up real good. This is really good soil that I have grown plenty of other things in. And we're just going to get some of my pots that I got from Dollar Tree, Dollar General, one or the other. Start getting these filled in with some soil so that I can get my banana pups up high. One and some roots were coming out the bottom. But this is one of my dwarf Cavendish banana plants, and as you can see, the leaves have started to variegate. They keep spiraling out a new leaf out of the center. So we're going to prune off these lower leaves, get them picked off, and get this baby up out of its pot. Kind of heavy. So. And look how much the root has developed, and it's starting to bound a little bit. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to loosen up this soil around its root and free this boundiness that it has going on, so that when it gets in its new home, it can know it has more space to spread out. So, yep, I'm just going to loosen up that bottom knot. Get these bounding roots loosened up so that they can keep growing into their new growing medium. Now that I have loosened so that they can be free, we're going to get on down in there. And you don't want to bury this stem. So I might end up putting some more soil in here because I kind of want it up. So yeah, we're going to close that hole and sit her right there on top. And then fill in the soil around her. So that is one banana pup up-potted. And they love it outside. And they need full sun. These lower leaves pruned off. Pot and get her roots loosened up. And see, she got roots coming through the bottom of the pot right here, so it's definitely bound and ready to come on out. So it's been time for them to come on out. These small pots. Gonna get the roots from being bound and locked in that position. And it smells so good. I smell it. preventing it from being root bound and freeing up the roots so that they can get used to its new growing environment and get bigger. There we go. Sit her right there on top and then get her filled in all around. Up-potted before now. They would have definitely been much bigger by now. Alright, there's another one down, and this is kind of it. I'm gonna wait for my son to come and drag that one. All right, so I ordered 3 banana pups, but when I got them, 2 pups were in 1 container, and I let them grow, but now it's time to separate them out. I know their roots are bound together, just like the other pots, and so we're gonna have to really do a good job at separating these 2 banana pups. And so first let's start with just loosening up the soil around the root. Getting their roots loose from being bound in that pot. Try not to damage it too much. Try not to damage it too much. Use some thick, big roots. Getting down to the bare root of it, because I'm about to have to pull these 2 plants apart and separate their roots. Trying to get underneath it really good where I'm feeling the main root. There they go. Separating. We have 2 more banana pups. Here's one. I'm going to take these bottom leaves off. And one is going to go in this pot. And one is going to go in a 4th pot. So, taking the bottom leaves off. Exposing the bare root. Alright. So finally these pups are separate from each other. And they get their own pot. Let's go get this grow bag that had the potatoes in it and dump it on out. See if there's any more potatoes left down inside the bag. And reuse this soil. All right, now that I am back with the soil that I have dumped out of my potato bag, I'm about to really go through this soil really quickly to see if I didn't miss any potatoes. Yep. Here's a nice big one. Another one. One more. Yep. Couple of little baby ones. Oh, we had a few potatoes still down in here. And the last of these bananas. just gonna get them watered in and get a grow bag filled up with this rest of this soil so that I can plant my sweet potato slips down. Now the last thing we're going to do for the bananas is give them some fertilizer. I have a garden tone all-purpose fertilizer that we are going to be using for our plants. And so after we fertilize them, then we're going to water them in and they'll be good to go until it's time to transition them into their final growing place, which will hopefully be in ground. I thought my video was recording when I watered them in after moving them over here, but it wasn't recording, but I could smell that fertilizer from here. We have successfully up-potted our dwarf Cavendish banana pups into a bigger growing medium, and this is where they will stay until it's time for them to transition into their final growing space. Well, family, thank you for coming along with me as I up-potted my banana plants. And until the next time, I will plant you now and dig you later. Bye.